Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here again. This is the last Wednesday in August, and this is the week for Camp Abuja. 3 weeks ago, we're in Lagos, then took a break. Last week, Port Harcourt, and then this week, it's Abuja. However, our children are still on holiday. So we're continuing with the um help your daughter, no, not help your daughter series. We'll continue with the holiday series. Yeah, this holiday series has seen us talking about what the children can do with the internet. And then we talked about what was I talking about? We talked about the friends, the peer pressure. We talked about how boredom time, alone time, is an advantage, and all that. So today we're going to talking about the dangers of excessive free time. Yeah. When free time is no time, that's always how I like to say. Free time is your teenager's worst enemy. And then it's bad enough that this free time is a lot, like a lot of it. You just say, oh, they're on holiday, let them just rest, let them just chill. Please, you guys, allow these children breathe, give them a break. A lot can go on when there is too much excessive free time. Yes, it's good to have um, some boring time, some alone time, but that, remember what we said last week, is scheduled to say, okay, this time is time for just being alone with yourself. But when there is too much of nothing to do, including nothing to, I mean, including thinking, then we have a problem on our hands. This is when friends come up and just suggest a lot of things, and then we just go from here to there, and they're just everywhere. So yes, I have another of my mentee, a young, vibrant, and very powerful young lady. Okay, she just got out of the stream. Let me see. Let me try again. Okay, Lucy's here. Lucy, girl, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, Mom. Good
So
afternoon,
good to
Mom.
have you here. Thank you so much for joining me on the talk show today. Today, you're going to have the stage. Oh, I'm going to just be at the back end, listening like a mother, okay? And also
Okay.
learning from you. So we have had John here, we have had Blessing here, we have had Phil here, and now we have you here. Are you excited?
Yeah. Yes, I'm so excited.
I know. Okay, so before I step out of the stream, I just remembered, one of our teenagers, he came for the teens club, and he said that during the holiday that he had this group of friends that would just come to him and like, okay, so let me use David. David, have fun now. Waiting they stop. Let's go. He like, I beg. They will come with activities. He said they'll take him to Jabi Lake Mall, from Jabi Lake Mall, Silverbird, from Silverbird, they go like four different places. He said by the time he gets back home at like 9 p.m., he's spent. He said, Adetima, I am weak from walking about doing nothing. And I'm like, how do you afford how do you afford this kind of movement? And it's like they pay. Oh. Even when I want to use money as an excuse, they'll say, guy, don't worry. We're going to cover up for everything. We're going to pay for everything. So they'll pay for his transport, they'll pay for the things they eat, they drink, and they'll just be going around. That's it. A, a clear example of excessive free time for
Yeah.
nothing. So they just come into your time and they occupy it. The Bible says that
Yeah.
after you deliver somebody, when the demons come and see the place clean, they'll go and gather themselves. They'll reinforce.
Exactly.
You don't have work. We shall give you work and we will fund the work. So even though it's just a few more days, maybe some people 2 weeks, okay, to the end of their holiday,
Yeah.
more holidays will come. But even these 2 weeks, 10 days is still time. time is life. So there is still
Mm-hmm.
something that
Yes.
we can do to help our children. So blessing, no, Lucy, you have the floor. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Love you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Ma. Yes, sir. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I don't have to do any much introduction again. Our Queen Mother has said everything. So I'll be talking about free time. Okay, so a wise man said, by failing to plan, you are preparing to fail. That is, if you don't have time of doing everything, that means you're already heading for failure. You're already heading to doom. Do you understand? So in this world we are now, everything you have to do with time. There is no time anymore in anyone's side. Do you understand? So anytime you lose or you lost cannot be gotten back. So we have 24 hours a day. So if you don't have plans set up for that 24 hours, when it's gone, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. You cannot get back today again. So I'll be talking about uh, dangers of excessive free time. When you say, oh, I have time to do this, I have time to do that, there is no need to prepare. You just wake up and then you want to do anything you want to do. So we'll be talking about dangers of free time. Okay, so when we have too much free times on our hands, we become prone to boredom. Yeah, it is boredom that causes excessive screen time. When you are bored, you want to just be glued to your TV screen. You just want to sit there doing nothing. You have all the series. Like, okay, so I have this. Let me not. He's not a friend, though. So I have this neighbor that comes around. Whenever he comes around, he'll be like, "Oh, Lucy, I've gotten this series. I've gotten this series. Can we watch this?" And I'm like, I'm not a series fan. I don't watch series. Like, because I know how consuming it is. When you sit down to watch this series is out, this series out, before you know, you've not done anything. So it's like that whole day is wasted. And then you just become angry because probably you have things you set out to do, but because there are series you want to watch, this series out, this series out, this series out, before you know, that's it. And I see a lot of young persons now say, "Oh, Bibi Niger is out." Let me use that as an example. Big Brother Niger is out. Oh, and the annoying part of it, these people are there, they are doing their lives. Like, that's their time. Okay, so it's not like you are being paid for watching. You just sit glued to your TV screen watching Big Brother Nigeria. Haba. Like, it's so funny how we just tend to waste our time. It's so funny how we tend to just sit glued to TV, just wasting away our whole day. The next day again, you continue with Big Brother Nigeria. It's time you have plan for every activity. Time you have your day planned out. Like, if you have your day planned out, it will reduce unproductivity. It is a result of not planning your day that causes you not to be productive, because you don't tend to see anything you've done for that day. So you just get pissed unnecessarily. Do you understand? So it also leads to lack of motivation. You There will no purpose. Like, when they say, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of what you want to do, abuse is inevitable. So now I'm going to be telling you some dangers or disadvantages of too much free time. When you say, "Oh, I have free time to do this, I have free time to do that. Oh, let me just sit a while here. Okay, let me just." What are the disadvantages or dangers? Number one, you have struggle with goals. You'll be struggling with your goals. To fulfill those goals, you'll be struggling with them, because before you know, this time is out. Before you know, this time is out. The clock keeps ticking. It doesn't wait. There's no time you wake up and then you say, "Okay, let me pause time." You can't pause time. So the clock keeps ticking and ticking and ticking. So you just procrastinate.
Okay, so I see that Lucy is frozen. I think it's the network, but I'm sure she'll join us in a bit. You know, a lot of times we don't know that this is how we think. Yeah. Somewhere in our minds will be like, no, now that was not the plan. But because you left it to chance, it became the plan. What you said about series is so, excuse me, is so true. I remember staying at the girls' home, and by the way, if you're not in the girls' home, what are you waiting for? The girls' home are the girls that I am blessed with. I call them my queen daughters. And for the past 8 months, I mean for this year and then last year, I got them in. Okay. And I've been teaching them how to be productive and resourceful. You cannot be resourceful watching series. It's only girls I see and I know of that watch 50 something, and I'm like, hello, even us as parents, because now we're talking to parents today. We're talking to you because you have the key to your child's time to a very large extent.
Mm,
If you help your child
yeah.
schedule, teenagers are not meant, they are not built, and they are not wired to know how to manage themselves. They struggle with regulation, first of all. Self regulation is a big deal for a teenager. So don't come and say, oh, look at this person's child. Look at all the things she achieved this holiday. Look at this person. That parent puts in the work. What, I was in Lagos from the 6th to the 10th of August. And when I got back, I told my children, I went with one of my children. So the other two were at home. And we had a plan. And so when I came, I said, okay, mom is back. Can I have an account of your time? You know the way the master came back and asked the servant, give me an account of the talent I gave to you. I said to them, give me an account of your time. Time should be accounted for. Somebody writes in the comments that time should be accounted for. Let children be made to account for how they spend their time. Don't come and tell me I was busy. Busy doing what? Have you seen teenagers always saying how busy they are? And I'm wondering, busy. A child will not have their bath till 5 p.m. And then they tell you because I was busy. Hello, doing what exactly? So this is really important for us, to note, because this is how it starts. It starts off as you just feeling like, oh, this is the holiday, and I can just binge on TV, I can binge on other forms of entertainment, I can binge on parties I've missed out, shows, and all that. But at the end of it all, it comes into one and it becomes a very big deal. Think about it. When you were a teenager, how did you spend your time? Especially during the long holidays. I remember myself, one part, so my teenage had two parts. One part when I was just completely clueless. That time, all we did was stroll. We had our word for strolling. I lived in an estate, a lecturer's, quarters, university, polytechnic quarters. So we will stroll, we'll go around, walk around, go this person, come back, turn around. It's the same thing. We're not doing anything bad, but we're wasting time. And wasting time is bad enough. Okay, Lucy, so parents are still listening. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I was talking about the disadvantages of too much free time. When you think you have a lot of free time in your hand, you will fall into unhealthy habits. That is very, very sure. Unhealthy habits. There are a lot of unhealthy habits. Except I'm talking about one now: excessive screen time. That's one unhealthy habit that every young teenager, or even the older adults, that's one thing that's still struggling with. Another unhealthy habit you're going to fall into is poor eating. You just tend to eat. You want to eat this, you want to eat that, you want to eat that. And that's why we have a lot of obese children, a lot of teenagers who are obese. That's poor eating. That's one of the unhealthy habits you will fall into. These are some of the disadvantages of free time. When you think, oh, I have this, I have that, I have. And another one is you just tend to find meaningless activities. Activities that are not productive. You have meaningless activities. You have this, you want to do this activity, you want to do that. I know that any of these activities are adding to you positively. They don't have anything they're adding to you positively, but because you don't have any other thing to do, your days are not planned, you just want to do them just for doing sake. Let me use that word. Permit me to use that. For doing sake, you just want to do them. So these are some of the disadvantages of too much free time. Now I'm going to tell you the benefit of creating a schedule. Like, what are the benefits of planning? When you plan, your every time matters, every second counts. When you plan your time, what are the benefits? The first one is increases productivity. It will increase your level of productivity. You see that every day when you sit, like what I do at every day, I sit back and then I look at my whole day, and I tend to see that, okay, this is what I did, this is what I didn't do well. Okay, I was able to put this. That is what it helps you do. It will increase your productivity, so that in case you want to do something else, you know that, okay, this is the level you should go, this is the method you should use, and all of those things. So it increases productivity. The second one is it will help you prioritize your tasks. You put priority to everything. You put priority. Some of you, some teenagers, and some even some young people, everything is important. No, everything. See, you have to pick. When we talk about priority, you have to pick from the important one to the least. So it should be like the line should be going from up to the down. So pick from preference which one is more important, and then you start doing it. It will help you to be more confident and comfortable when you plan. I bet you when it's like going for an interview without preparing. How do you think you are going to do in the interview? Let's say I'm going for an interview and I just walk in and they start asking me questions. I'll be shivering because I wasn't prepared. So that's how it is, because your confidence level has dropped. You are not just comfortable. See, your body is doing you. Do you understand? But when you have your day planned out, it will increase. See, when you enter a place, they even know you prepared. Do you understand? You are not shaking. Have you seen Auntie Etima in camp before? She's prepared. You can't want to go into a war front without preparing. Definitely you'll be conquered. That's it. So, but when you plan properly, you see your confidence is up. You are comfortable because you are the boss. You have already prepared. So nothing is shaking you, nothing is moving you. So these are some of the benefits of planning. These are some of the benefits of planning your day, having a set timetable to do things at a particular level. Do you understand? So now I'm going to also talk about some things like, how do you plan? Okay, let's say, oh, I want to plan, I don't know how to go about it. How do I do that? First of all, you have to make a list. Write down all the things you want to do, from the important ones to the least important ones. So you have to have a list of, it's called a to-do list. Okay, this is my to-do list. And then after you've done that, you have to structure your day according to the time and priority. This is the time I want to schedule for this. This is the time I want to do this. This is the time. Everything should have time. It's just like, okay, once this time elapses, I know this is the next thing I'm doing. Once this time elapses, I know this is the next thing I'm doing. When you've done this, there is no how you will not become productive. There's no how your day will not be productive. Another thing is, be flexible. Don't be too rigid. Do you understand? Be flexible. Put in some let it be flexible, so that you don't get bored, you don't get tired, and all of those things. Next thing is, make it fun. For those of you that are in Ignite camp, you will know that there are fun activities too. Yeah, so that's how you should also plan your. You should also have a plan that you follow. Make it fun. What are the fun activities you can include? So you think of what you know that would keep you going, that you could easily fix into your plan. Do you understand? Another thing is, always track your progress. Always track your progress. Okay, for at the end of the day, you come sit down and then you track, okay, how did I do today? How was my this? How was my, do you understand? That's how to track your progress and then reward yourself. It is very important for you not to feel what you're doing it's meaningless. You have to reward yourself. That's one thing you shouldn't take for granted. You have to reward yourself. Now let me tell you something. When you don't have a plan, when you lack a plan, what are the things that you probably face when you don't have a plan that's guiding you in your daily activity? What are the things you probably face? Number one, lack of clear direction. Lack of clear direction. When you don't have a plan, the direction is not clear. You're just like a wind that will be tossed to this way, tossed to this way, tossed to anything can come and move you. Just like the story Auntie Tima said, this one will just come say, oh, there's a party happening there, and then zoom, you gone. Oh, there's a something happening, you zoom, you gone. Oh, that's it. You don't have a clear direction. Anything is okay for you. Anything and everything is fine. That's one thing when you don't have a plan. You don't have a have a purpose. In fact, you are the next that is deaf and there'll be you confusion. Like it's very common. It is very common amongst young adults, even in my place of work. Like it's just like when I enter there and I see people that did not plan before coming to work, it's clear. They're the ones that are always looking very confused. In fact, they don't know the next. And then you see when you are confused about something, you tend to attract insults to yourself, because anybody can just come and they want to advise you, even if it's insulting. They might even talk to you in an insulting manner. That's because you did not plan your day. So you don't have any right to say anything. So there'll be confusion here and there. Another thing is inconsistent performance. Your performance is not your performance will not be your performance will not be consistent when you don't have a plan. Your performance is not consistent. Today you are doing well, tomorrow you are falling off, next day you are doing this, next day you are falling off, next day. But when you have a structured plan, you see that you're just going smoothly. You're just going smoothly. You're just going. Have you seen a have you gone to a park before? When you go to a park to take a vehicle, you would see, okay, this car is going to this, probably from Abuja, this car is going to Aba, from here, this car is going to Lagos, from here, this car is going to Abuja. And then because you don't know, you don't have a direction of where you're going to, you just jump into the one going to Aba. That's how it is. You don't your plan is not structured. Anything goes for you. Any vehicle that is coming, you want to go. Even the one going to area one, maybe that's not even the route that you're supposed to take, but because you don't even know, you just follow to area one and then you're going. That's how it is. So no use of time management. You will not know how to use your time properly. Your time would not be properly put to use. Poor use of time management. Why? Because you've not planned. You don't have structured plan that you're following. Do you understand? Your time will just be slipping out of your hands. Slipping out of your hands because you don't have your day properly planned out. Now, even if it's just remaining few days for the holiday to be over, there are some things you can engage yourself into. Yeah, there are things you can do. There are things you can do. The first one is, and they are very essential. Before I start, for you to maximize your holiday, they are very, very essential. The first one is there are fun activities. There are fun activities you can engage yourself into. The second one is there are family bonding activities. Very important. There are the activities your family can engage into that could bond them more together. Peradventure, you have some teenagers who are always probably boarding school and all of those things. These are time for families to bond. So there are family bonding activities. The next one is there are skill acquisition. There are skills you could learn in this century now. There are things you could get your hands to do. There are a lot. Look around you. What do you love doing? There are so many you could engage yourself into. And at the end of the day, you see that your time was not wasted. The next one is spiritual activity. Somebody asked me, what spiritual activities? Boot camp, Ignite boot camp is one of the spiritual activities. Yeah. So when you go into this place, you see that your spirit is ignited. You get more comfortable with the word of God. You see that your spirit man is quickened. You energize yourself. These are spiritual activities that get you connected. See, when you come to Ignite Boot Camp, oh my God. Oh, even as we're preparing for Abuja, you could register. When you come to Ignite Boot Camp, you'll never go back the same. There are testimonies of young teenagers who encountered God. And these are people who has never heard from God, but they heard God. So these are some of the spiritual activities, that you could engage into. And the last one is volunteering. You can volunteer for an organization. You can volunteer for um for work. Yes, to learn about that, you can go and volunteer for it. Volunteering is you want to do this willingly. Do you understand? Without expecting any pay. Like, yes, I want to serve in this area. That's your volunteering. It could be community service. Do you understand? Volunteering, any of these things. Do you understand? These are some of the essential, they're very essential things to do this holiday. So that before the holiday is over, you would know that, oh, you've used proper time. You planned yourself. Your timing is superb. It's on point. And at the end of the day, when you come out, and those that did not plan for the holiday, or those that did not have planned for the holiday, there will be so much difference. The margin will be clear that, oh, I was able to do this during the holiday. So I think these are some of the things you should look to do. These are some of the things you should look at to do. And there's also resourceful teen series. We have resourceful teen series. If you don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to go about some of these essential
Yes.
activities, there are resourceful teen series you could look into. They are all
Yes.
available. These are
Mm-hmm.
also what will help you in this holiday season. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Lucy. You know, that series, I used it myself when it was time for
Yeah.
us, my husband and I, to plan the holiday. It was a bit hazy, you know, so I used it, excuse me, as a guide. I'm like, okay, this one done, this one done, this one, okay, this one, okay, this one next holiday, you know. So it's a very good guide so that you're not just everywhere, you know, just looking
Yes.
for, random stuff. It's quite a very good guide. And we broke down the activities in that resourceful team series. We broke down the skills to, head skills, hand skills, and stuff
Mm,
like that. Your child is getting a
yeah.
balance. Sometimes
Mm,
everything that we do for our children is skill acquisition, maybe baking, cooking, hair, and all that. What of
mm,
head skills? What of tech skills?
yeah.
What of financial
Mm,
skills? We are talking about raising wholesome, holistic, balanced, not people that are just good in one aspect and not good in another. The people that know a little of everything. Okay. So that is really, really
yeah.
key for us. Thank you so much, Lucy. We deeply
Thank
appreciate
you,
you. I hope that
ma'am.
everybody has learned something. If you are not in the girls'
Yeah.
hall, if you're not in the girls, if you're not in the girls' hall, join us in the girls' hall, because at the end of it all, this is what we want our girls to be doing, coming back to mentor, coming back to. Lucy was at the girls' hall last
Yes.
month, was
Oh.
that? To teach the girls on spoken words. And they really loved it. They didn't want her to go. They were there for months. They had to beg them that it's okay, come and be going. They really love to connect with her because she's a young person, younger than me, and so get these girls in. We're not just here to just brag about what we do. We're here to actually impact these girls and watch them impact others. I tell the girls in the girls hub that the world is your stage. The entire world, that's your stage. Stop fighting for one small stage in your school or in your church. The world is your stage, okay? So if you have not gotten the 9 books, don't forget 9 of them have been released already. Get them to your teenagers. I don't expect them to read the 9 of them this holiday. I mean that book or those books, they have the whole of the year and next year to read them before I release new ones. So yeah, please get those books. If you have not already ordered, please find a way to get it to you immediately. Just contact Witty Minds Family Bookstore and get that there. This is it. The date has passed, but I think we still have a few slots. Yeah, I think they have been begging that please let's just allow a few latecomers to hop in. Okay, Lucy, please share your last words with us as we shut down.
Okay, so my last word to everybody or anyone that is watching is still on planning, planning, planning. A famous person by name Richard Cousin said something. He said, "Always plan ahead. It wasn't raining when Noah built an ark. Learn to always plan ahead. It was not raining when Noah built an ark. If Noah did not plan ahead, he wouldn't have built an ark. And if the ark was not there, everyone then would have perished. So set your time, always plan ahead, always have a schedule for everything that you want to do.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, sorry about that, but I really appreciate you, Lucy. Thank you. Thank you. The network is just funny. The network is just funny, but yes, we got the message, ma. We are going to go and plan our schedule. Our children will plan it. We promise. We promise. We shall be good parents. God bless you, darling. God bless you. Thank you so much. All right. So it's been amazing being here every Wednesday of this month. And we hope that your children and teenagers are having the best of all holidays, most resourceful, most impactful time. Don't forget to spend time with them. Oh, it's very important. Okay. See you next week. It's going to be September. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.